Today we're going to share an innovative approach to connect advertisers to print. So why programmatic? As you know, and as everyone has been talking, programmatic is growing exponentially. Today, billions of dollars are transacted programmatically. And by letting marketers buy print ads with the same automated technology used to buy digital ads, Time Inc. is keeping print in the game. Mickey's going to share our measurement plan and metrics for success, and lastly, we're going to share some of our plans as we move forward. So the growth of programmatic is unbelievable. It's one of the hottest buzzwords in today's US advertising market, and it's a must for successful digital marketing. It's transforming the way media is bought and sold. For publishers, the benefits are clear. Upside is greater efficiency by changing the way publishers have traditionally operated. We're now using technology to harness the data that we have in-house. Programmatic buying enables advertisers to target the right audience in the right environment. And according to eMarketer, programmatic spending is expected to increase another 48% this year, and by 2016 to reach $20.4 billion, almost 2/3 of all US digital ad spend. So while print out-delivers digital properties when it comes to audience size, it's no secret that the print industry has been challenged by some advertisers as they discuss moving these investments from print to digital. While those losses to print are indisputable, there's a flip side to the coin, which relates to the potential that programmatic marketplace presents to print. According to Media Radar, 61% of all digital advertisers do not advertise in print. Almost 100,000 advertisers do not currently buy print ad space. So by making print ad space available on a programmatic platform, at least offers an entry point to digital advertisers. So Time Inc. has been doing digital programmatic for years, and we're committed to a programmatic future. We recognize the importance, and in fact, in February of 2014, we partnered with Google to launch the Time Inc. Global Exchange. This exchange gives marketers programmatic access to Time Inc.'s 155 million consumers. So why not buy print the same way you buy digital? So in February of 2015, Time Inc. announced the launch of an innovative approach to buy print ad space. Print programmatic is complementing the digital programmatic in providing a cross-platform solution. Through print programmatic, Time Inc. is allowing marketers to buy print ads with the same automated technology they use when they buy digital ads. As I mentioned, there is that large pool that we need to go after. So Time Inc. is now selling a guaranteed audience as opposed to circulation guarantees. These segments leverage the efficiency of multiple titles aimed to reach the specified audience. So at the same time, the print programmatic solution allows Time Inc. to expose digital buyers to print. They always thought that CPMs were very expensive on the print front. And print CPMs calculated off of circulation or rate base is considerably higher. But creating an audience-to-audience comparison is a more valid comparison. I think I fixed it. So, whoops, sorry. So through the print programmatic offering, we first launched 6 audience segments, each corresponding to a digital segment. In July, just 5 months later, we expanded the offering and offered targets that are more in line with advertiser targets, from moms to pet owners to fashion followers and even auto intenders. So the main benefit of print programmatic is to provide a cross-platform solution, and it offers mass scale along with a targeted messaging through digital. Today, marketers, we all know this, are demanding greater accountability, and with print programmatic, Time Inc. will guarantee the issue audience delivery of the campaign, proving that print works, and will also provide advertising effectiveness metrics to the advertiser through GfK MRI Starch ad measure data. So how does this work? I'm just going to quickly go through the platform. This platform is identical to the one that Time Inc. uses for digital advertising. MediaMath is an enterprise software solution that marketers can use to manage their digital spend. Media buying agencies can use the platform to select the audience they want to reach. So to buy print programmatically, buyers just log on to MediaMath. They select Time Inc.'s DSP partner to see audience segments and pricing, and this is what you would see when you would log into the system. So as an example, I'm going to use a women's segment. So when they go on to the system, they click on Time Inc., they click on women's segment, and then they're prompted to select an audience level. Time Inc. fulfills the audience for these segments by placing ads across magazines that over-index in the target based on GfK MRI's national study. So media buyers don't know which magazines their ads will run, only that they will appear in one or more of the magazines in the audience segment. Time Inc. then guarantees that audience level based on the aggregated audience in reaching that target. So print programmatic 2.0 targets are based on the consumer and the promise to reach that audience. So typically, 6 weeks after the campaign runs, we will use GfK MRI ad measure to verify the delivery. So for the first 6 segments, we were able to capture that information in ad measure. In this example, you'll see that we pretty much were in line with what we promised the advertiser. And due to variability, we have built in a 5% allowance per our print programmatic terms and conditions. So in addition to guaranteeing the issue audience, we also provide ad effectiveness scores. So this report shows that on average, 65% noted the ad and almost half took action as a result of seeing the ad. So given the nature of the original 6 segments, audience guarantees and resulting effectiveness was simple to do, but not the case with the new 15 segments that we recently released. For that reason, we partnered with GfK MRI to come up with a method for measurement. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mickey, who's going to share our measurement plan and metrics.
Thanks, Lori. So this was a really exciting prospect for us. As most of you probably know, our Starch ad effectiveness surveys are running constantly in our syndicated program. So we're measuring about 175 titles every issue and almost every ad running within those issues, at least 1/3 of a page or larger and running nationally. And as Lori mentioned, to get at some of the segments, like women, you could already do that through the Starch database. But to get to finer segments, for example, pet owners, we had to tweak a little bit what we do in Starch. The point is, we already had the surveys running, so we didn't have to create a whole new survey for this. But what we did was we utilized the custom question sections that are open to really any client who's a subscriber to Starch as a place to delve deeper into who these readers are. Since we're measuring readers of the issue, now we want to get a little bit finer as to who those readers are. So what we did was, first of all, we decided we would pull at everybody's heartstrings by going down the pet route. And so we're going to show you a lot of really cute pet ads. And what we did was we added pet questions, 2 pet questions, to 3 Time Inc. publications that were running between July and August that included pet ads. And so what we asked for readers of those publications already participating in the Starch surveys. We asked them if they owned a pet, and if they did own a pet, what pet did they own? Did they own a dog, a cat, or some other sort of pet? And through that, now we had the ability to filter all of the readers that we got for a survey by those who were pet owners versus those who were not pet owners. And we could look at all of the Starch metrics through the lens of pet owners or not pet owners. These are the 3 issues in which we placed the 2 questions. There were 2 people issues and 1 cooking light issue. And just to let you know, across those 3 issues, there were actually 13 pet ads that were running. So there were quite a few examples of pet ads already running in these issues that allowed us to really simulate this approach. And what we found overall was when we asked the readers of those 3 issues if they were pet owners or not pet owners, and then we filtered the noted scores, for example, on owning a pet or not owning a pet, what we found out was across for all of those 13 ads except for 1, and you'll see, I believe it is ad number 1 in Cooking Light, where it was actually on par. But for all of the other 12, what we found were that the pet owners reading these issues were remembering the pet ads at a much higher rate than the non-pet owners. Non-pet owners may still remember the ads, they're cute, but the pet owners, who are the people that the advertiser really want to target, are actually remembering these ads at a much higher rate than the non-pet owners, and you can see that here. So how this sort of translates into the data is as follows. We picked, first of all, the cutest of the pet ads, the cutest creative, with this wet dog saying, "I call this the calm before the shake." We thought it was really great creative. And again, for this ad, which ran in the August issue of Cooking Light, along with the other ads, we asked these readers if they were pet owners. And this is how we apply the data. So we start, as Lori mentioned earlier, the guarantee is really based on the MRI national study, the readers of Cooking Light, and then the incidence level of pet owners. And we broke this down by age groupings. Added to that, the issue specific audience. So not only do we have the audience for Cooking Light, but we actually know how the August Cooking Light issue did in terms of audience. And then finally, and applying the incidence level of pet ownership from the national study to that. And then finally, what we do is we then incorporate the Starch ad effectiveness information, now filtered on pet ownership, into the mix, so that Time Inc. Can now reflect post-campaign information and effectiveness to their clients. So now I'm going to return it back to Lori to finish us up.
Thanks, Vicki.
Sure.
So as print programmatic gains traction, Time Inc. expects other magazine media companies to jump on board. The big hurdle is in targeting or delivering a targeted campaign, but measuring them accurately. The technology exists to create even more granular targeting for print programmatic, and via selective binding, which we do, we can bind different magazines at a subscriber level, and advertisers can slot in ads to reach only those people they want to reach. So our expectations for Print Programmatic 3.0 is to link to either advertisers' first-party data, to Time Inc. data, and to create really hyper-targeted audiences. And again, we're going to continue to work with MRI, but the challenge has always been estimating that total audience, that secondary audience that includes the pass-along readers, and then to survey them. So we know who's getting the issue, but we don't know who they are passing the issue along to. So thank you, and keep calm.